James Yarcho, editor-in-chief, here talking about the three matchups to keep an eye on as the Buccaneers take on the New York Giants. And first and foremost, the number one matchup that I'm looking for is Mike Evans versus Deonte Banks. Banks has had an up and down year, but has shown flashes that he can be a top-level corner in the NFL. With that said, he does tend to struggle against top-level receivers, and the Bucs have one coming back this week. Mike Evans is going to be the focal point of the offense this week following his injury against the Ravens. The clock is ticking on his 1,000-yard streak, and he needs to average 95 yards a game the rest of the year to hit that plateau. However, his availability does much more for the offense than his streak would. Evans is going to get the ball early in this one. Liam Cohen and Baker Mayfield got into a groove when the first pass of the game was going in Mike's direction a few weeks in a row. Baker is going to be thrilled to have his Hall of Fame receiver back in the fold. And the biggest thing to watch here is whether or not the Giants allow Banks to be on an island against Evans, or if they're funneling resources in Evans' direction, forcing the offense to look elsewhere. Mike will still get his regardless, but if the Giants have to send help over to Banks, because they are concerned of what Mike is going to do, then you're going to see a lot of opportunities for other pass catchers who don't command so much attention. Watch out for the Sterling Shepard revenge game. The next matchup that I'm looking at is Kayvon Thibodeaux and Brian Burns versus the Bucs offensive line. It looks like Thibodeaux is on track to return this week, which could spell trouble for the Bucs. While Tristan Wirfs has been limited in practice, there's no guarantee that he plays on Sunday. We also know that Justin Schools struggled mightily when he was starting in place of Luke Gedeke earlier in the season. So if he's having to face Thibodeaux, that could be problematic. Even if Wirfs is able to go, he's far from 100%, which runs the risk of further injury or him flat out being beat when he's trying to stop the speed and power of guys like Thibodeaux and Burns. If the Giants are able to cause a lot of disruption in the backfield for Baker Mayfield, that could make for a long day for the offense when their quarterback does not have the time to set, get through his progressions, and throw the football. But finally, the last matchup that I'm looking at is the Bucs pass rush against Tommy DeVito and the Giants offensive line. So let's flip the script. Let's talk about how Tommy DeVito will be starting for the Giants this week. He started 6 games last season, appeared in 9 games, and only 3 times in those 9 games was he sacked fewer than 5 times. If there was ever a get-right game for the Buccaneers pass rush, it's this one. Yaya Diaby has to elevate his game, and Todd Bowles needs to dial up the pressure from any and everywhere in this game. Treat Tommy DeVito the same way that you've treated Jalen Hurts the last few times that you guys have faced the Philadelphia Eagles. Knock DeVito around all day long. That allows the Bucs to force New York into long down and distances, forcing the game to be put on the arm of DeVito when, outside of Neighbors, the Giants don't really have any threats in the passing game. It also allows you to pin your ears back even more and bring even more pressure after DeVito, which is going to cause him to make mistakes or throw the ball away. For the Bucs to win this game, they have to make sure that the Giants don't get after Baker, while also making sure that their defense is a 3-hour-long nightmare for Tommy DeVito and the New York Giants.